Alright, today I'm going to show you how I magnetized my Space Hulk Terminator Marines. Basically, as you can see there's the magnets, some green stuff around it, and the fully assembled Space Hulk Marines. And right next to it, some Corn Marines. Same thing. But what I'm going to show you guys is how to drill into the bases of these guys without doing too much damage. Obviously doing some green stuff work, smoothing that out real nice. And what I'll do is I'll probably show you on the gene stealers. So because the bases are kind of thin on some of them, like these guys here, these one gene types here, it's going to be a little hard to do, but with some tricks and a little bit of patience, you can do it. So let's get started. So one of the first things I recommend doing is doing it outside, because it makes a mess. I'm using a Black & Decker rotary tool with a bit on it that cuts plastic pretty well, creates some nice little holes. Pretty pretty small bit. I don't know if you can see it right there, but I have one with kind of like a speed setting on it. I set it to the lowest setting so the thing is spinning slow. It gives me a little bit more control over it, and especially when you're working with models like this, you want a lot of control over what you're doing so you don't slip up. So this is the tool I'm using. Obviously a Dremel can probably be done this pretty well too. So as you can see, I'm making just kind of like a guide hole here. So just kind of pressing the bit in. Not really doing any carving right now. I'm just kind of pressing the bit in, trying to get a hole made. And you want it about 2/3 of the width of the bit into the model, into the base. So anyway, that looks pretty good. I'm going to start widening the hole a little bit. Now to do that, I'm going to just basically put the bit in perpendicular and just make some general circles. Just some really light circles. And as you can see, it starts cutting away at the outside of the hole there. Now, depending on the size of your magnets, you'll have to make the hole bigger or smaller, obviously. But that's pretty much the general principle. Is you start off making a little hole with the bit, making a guide hole, and then using the drill perpendicular, you just cut to the width of the magnet. And what this will do is it'll provide a nice little hole for your magnets to fit in. And that's pretty much the entire process right there. As you can see, there's a nice hole there for the magnet to fit in. And obviously you want to dry fit the magnets in there first, before you say you're done. But that's pretty much the process right there. So the next step is probably going to be green stuffing a magnet in there, and just cleaning it up a little bit. I'll be going over that a little bit too. So here I've completed 2 holes already, and I've got one of my magnets here. It's just a neodymium magnet. It's got it from kjmagnetics.com. It's a pretty powerful magnet. It's got like a 3-pound pull force. So this little guy here can lift 3 pounds all by himself. So I'm going to put 2 of them on this gene stealer here, and in each of these holes. So just dry fitting the magnet in there. You know, as you can see, it's nice and flush with the base. You want to make sure you want to do that when you're doing this, because you know, you won't always have the most perfect cut. So you want to make sure that the magnets dry fit in there perfectly. So as you can see, these are pretty good fits, and obviously when we put the green stuff in there, it'll kind of fill up around there and enclose the magnet a little bit better. So as I mentioned, you know, there's some gene stealers out there with these really, really thin bases, as you see here. This guy. It's a little harder to do the hole on here, obviously, because of the thin base, but it can be done. As you can see there, I got one hole drilled. Now, one thing that you'll notice is I put them down. Maybe the drill bits will, you know, because it's a round drill bit, and the hole in its, you know, in all fairness, is kind of rounded around the edges. You have to make sure that the hole is big enough so that the lowest portion of the hole will fit your magnet. You know, it's a flat magnet. It's fitting in a round hole, you can think. So you want to make sure that the magnet's going to fit in there. So you got to go a little bit deeper in some of the central areas. And with a small base like this, it's going to go through the base. And it did a little bit on this guy. I don't know if you can see down there near his foot. Went through a little bit, but you know, it's something that you can't fix with some green stuff. So you know, don't be shy just because it's a small base. But yeah, so this is just one of the harder ones that needs to be done. So we're doing it. So there he is.